Woo! Listen, y'all, it's been so much going on, but listen, I'm here. It's your boy, it's your man, AP, on the spot, and I'm gonna break it down to you in the most pure, simplest, uncut, raw form so you can get the gist of it. The boy from the TV show Empire, Bryshere Gray, you know Jesse Smollett's younger brother he portrays on the show, you know, the rapper. Anyway, Bryshere Gray was charged the other day with a count of domestic violence, and it stemmed from allegedly, we're gonna use that word allegedly because I wasn't there, you wasn't there, none of us was there, but allegedly he was charged with choking his wife, and also he had a standoff with the local SWAT team. Now listen, we just gonna see what's gonna happen with that whole situation because Empire has been canceled. The show is no longer on the air, but it just seemed like it's been just one thing after another with cast members from that show. Whether it be Jesse Smollett, or however you want to pronounce his name, whether it was him and his alleged hate crime, you know, the noose and the choking incident where he allegedly got roughed up in Chicago downtown about a year and a half, 2 years ago, whether it was that incident. Terrence Howard has, you know, had his documented, you know, things going on in the past, or whether it's the boy Bryshere Gray. So I don't know. We'll see where this all leads up to. I don't know, but I'll keep y'all updated on the latest Empire news. Oh, hold up. Empire has been canceled. It's no longer on Fox. It's no longer on TV. So guess what? I won't be bringing y'all no more Empire news. Breaking news, y'all. Just announced last night in the midnight hour, in the late night, DMX versus Snoop in the latest Timbaland and Swiss Beats versus battle. It's going down next Wednesday, July 22nd. Now listen, my opinions on this, here we go. There is no way. Now DMX had a nice little run between like 96, you know what I'm saying, in the early 2000s, like 99. But his catalog, bruh, let's just keep it let's keep it 1,000, like I always say. There is no way DMX catalog is going up against Snoop's. No way. Snoop been making hits for almost, 25, 30 years. DMX, he haven't came out with a joint, a banger, in like maybe 15, 20 years maybe? So listen, I love DMX. Shout out to DMX, y'all. Yo, his life is well documented. It's a success story. It has its ups and downs like all of our lives do, and DMX has persevered through a lot. I love DMX. I love his music. But I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get his versus battle to Snoop. Snoop got hits from deep cover. 187 on an undercover hop. He got nothing but a G thing. Then he got the joints he did with Pharrell. I mean, Snoop is, you know, but we're gonna see how it's gonna go. It's gonna be dope. So check that versus battle. The Swiss Beats Timbaland presents versus. It's going down on Apple TV, IG, Apple Music. So just make sure you check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna be watching it on the Apple TV. So listen, let's check for it, y'all. All right, y'all, let's talk a little PValley now. Now, if you haven't heard, PValley is a new show on the cable network Stars. You know, the same network that Power comes on. And the show PValley is about a group of exotic dancers, strippers, who work at a strip club in Mississippi, and the TV show follows their lives, everything they have to go through, not only being, you know, dancers, exotic dancers and entertainers doing their thing, but it also goes into their personal lives. Now, I'm gonna give y'all one guess what that word P stands for in PValley, y'all. Take your time. I think we all know what PValley stands for, but anyway, I don't know, I copped and, you know, I watched the first episode. It comes on Sunday nights on Stars, like I said, like at 8 p.m., 7 or 8 p.m. I think the time might change, so it's like 8 p.m., something like that. But anyway, it comes on every Sunday night on Stars. And, you know, I wasn't necessarily too impressed with the show. You know, the acting in the show was kind of, you know, spotty, kind of shoddy, kind of shady at best. It didn't have a, you know, best acting in it. You know, the main character of the show, you know, she basically, you know, was in a domestic violence abuse situation. She had to, you know, it looks like she had to murder somebody, or maybe, I'm not sure. I don't want to jump to conclusions because I haven't seen the whole rest of the show. But she has to basically, go on the run after being in a domestic situation, and that's how she finds herself at this strip club in Mississippi, where she runs into some other dancers, and it basically, lets you know what kind of lives the dancers have to live beyond the glamour and glitz of being on the stage. One female in the show, she has to bring her infant baby to the strip club and breastfeed the child there because she doesn't have adequate child care. I mean, it really, the show seems like it's going to go real deep into some issues. My opinion on it, it's kind of one of them things with me where I love looking at beautiful ladies, dance and do their thing. Don't get me wrong. So the eye candy in the show gets a perfect 10 from me for that. Plenty of that. But as far as substance, I think that right now, seriously, my personal opinion, as much as we have to go through as black people, and as much as we are going through specifically right now, the timing of this show is it's kind of bad. I think that women, especially black women, could be put in a better light and in a different position that can be shown on camera besides just being ass and just being strippers. If I can keep it 1,000 with y'all. So, I don't necessarily like that aspect of it, but, we got to just see where the show goes. I love it. I love the fact that black people getting opportunities on film. But, just put us in that same light that other people and other nationalities and other races get put in. Just don't have us black people be in the club stripping, or behind the microphone rhyming, or, something like, it would depict, it was a part in the episode that depict a guy who was a rapper and he did something to get his music played in a strip club that's kind of off the wall, off the chain, just weird, beyond comprehension, just to get his music played in the strip club. So I didn't agree with none of that, y'all. But I mean, it's good to just watch it if you just want to watch something just to watch it. But just beware, that's all. Just keep an open mind going into it and knowing that, black people, black women, black men, we more than just, what we portrayed on TV and in movies all the time. For sure. More breaking news, y'all. Late last night, Viacom CBS terminated and got rid of and fired Nick Cannon over some comments that he made on his podcast the other day, which I think was yesterday on his podcast, when he had as a guest on his show, Professor Griff from Public Enemy. Now they're saying he made some remarks towards anti-Semitism. I really didn't hear the full exact interview to give y'all a professional, concise, intelligent opinion on it. One thing about the internet, y'all, that, I have found out over the years, it's always good to listen to the full scope of everything, the full interview, and not just a 20, 30-second clip. That way, you're not talking off the cuff. You don't sound ignorant when you hear the full interview and you realize something else was said. So I'm not going to comment on that right now. But what I will say is that, Viacom CBS, they did fire, unfortunately for Nick Cannon, they did get rid of Nick Cannon.